advice for women dating in their early 20s. Don't sleep with people, right? Not unless that is a serious, serious relationship. And if you're hooking up or dating someone and they're like, yeah, I don't really want to get married, just dump them. Who cares about that person? Like, and if you think that you're going to date them and then change them into someone who does want to get married, they kind of sound like a loser to begin with. So get rid of that person. That, or like sit them down and have a very serious conversation and ask questions like, do you ever want to get married? Okay, well, if you do, when do you want to get married? And make sure that your dreams align with their dreams, because if you're dating somebody and they don't have any plan on getting married, then you're wasting your time. And that's trickier for women because women are most attractive and most fertile when they're young. And men, I would say, get more attractive, in their mid-30s, maybe even 40s, and they get richer. So they have time that you don't have. So make sure the person that you're with has the same kind of goals as you. Don't just sleep around. It doesn't help you. And don't be ashamed of actually talking about what you want. If you want to get married and you want to have kids, there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. And for some reason, society at the moment is telling young women that they should just sleep around and work well into their 30s because having kids forever is easy. Don't worry, like science has caught us up, so you can have kids whenever you want, which fortunately there are ways to have kids and extend the period of time you can have kids, but some people aren't that lucky and you don't know if you're one of those people. But it's totally fine to talk to someone and say, hey, I do want to get married. I do want to have kids. That's healthy. And any sane man would be attracted to that. So don't just go with the flow, which is, at least when I was in university, which is party, sleep around, and dampen down, long-term goals. And I think it's also easier when you get a bit older to differentiate between who actually is smart and has it together and who doesn't. I had a very difficult time when I was in my early 20s figuring out who was smart and who wasn't smart. I think that's my advice is for relationships, try to find somebody who aligns. And honestly, if you're in university and you can't find any guy who doesn't suck, maybe go to church. That might be a way to do it. People with Christian values are pretty solid people. It's probably a controversial thing to say. Go fishing for a husband at church, but it might be a good idea. Ooh, this is fun. When should the guy get married? Before or after getting his career on track? I think it totally depends on who you meet. You don't want to meet the girl of your dreams and then think, well, I have to get my career on track. And I know there are a lot of red pill people out there that are like, just wait till your mid-30s, get your career on track, make all your money, then hook up with a 23-year-old because they're most fertile at 23. But if you find somebody you like, I'm not entirely sure who I was imitating there. If you find somebody you like, then just marry them, because marrying somebody and getting that relationship organized in your life can excel your career, right? If you have someone there to help you, that can actually help your work life. And then like role reversing, I work with my husband, so it's a bit different, but being in a stable relationship with somebody who helps me has made me 10 times more productive, and I've made him more productive. So I think if you find the right person, it can help excel your career. So I wouldn't put off marriage, but I would, focusing on work as a dude, I think isn't a bad idea. Focusing on work as a girl either. I mean, I like working all the time. All those people online really that say, I don't agree. I don't agree with people that put women in a category that's like, okay, you should be staying at home and having kids. And I know a lot of women who do want to stay home and have kids, which is totally fine. And if you do, that is healthy and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. But if you don't want to stay home and have kids, you also shouldn't be ashamed of that. I know that if I just stayed home and had kids, I would go batshit so fast. It'd be like 6 months and I'd be crazy. So I think try and envision the life that you want and make that happen, right? And I wouldn't, keep your dreams small. I think you can dream up whatever you want, right? And who says you can't have that? Why is it that some people become billionaires or start companies, and some people have yachts. Some people achieve these things or have, 5 kids. Some people achieve these things. So why couldn't that be you, right? So dream up however you want your life to be, and then assume that that can happen and work your way towards it, right? I think that the glass ceilings that exist, we just put in place ourselves.